Choosing where to eat this week should be as easy as choosing what to listen to. Download the Seated app, and you can explore restaurants across NYC and earn rewards for dining out at restaurants like Seymour's and Boqueria. Make restaurant reservations or order takeout with the Seated app, and you'll get up to 30% back in rewards you can spend on Amazon, Starbucks, Uber, and more. Download the Seated app today and get an extra $10 back on your first meal. Download the Seated app today and get an extra $10 back on your first meal.
We are joined by the quarterback at SMU, a two-time Conference Player of the Week already this season. 301 yards passing, 28 rushing yards, 4 passing TDs in Saturday's win over USF. He leads the nation with 24 passing TDs this season. He is top 10 in passing yardage. SMU is 5-0. They're number 24 in both polls, and they are at Navy on Saturday. That is a CBS Sports Network game. Tanner Mordecai is my guest. Tanner, it's good to have you on. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you, Tanner. In fact, I got another way to pose that question. You're coming off another huge game. You are 5-0. Your team is in the top 25. You're going to be on CBS Sports Network coming up this weekend. So how are you, and then how would you describe the mood around the entire program?
I mean, the guys are really excited. We have a great vibe going right now, and we're just trying to build off of that week by week, and this weekend will be a good test for us going up to Navy. They have a really unique challenge ahead for our defense and our offense. So, yeah, just trying to build on it and keep it going.
Tanner Mordecai is joining us. That's true, too. They really do present different challenges, unique challenges. Now, you're not just leading the nation in TD passes. You're throwing them at a rate that has not been seen in FBS since 2012. What is it about this offense that fits you so well?
I mean, I think whenever we've gotten down in the red zone, I think it's just kind of worked out that we call a good passing play, and it kind of works out that we score that way down there. But, I mean, the receivers I have at SMU are top tier, and for the people that have watched us have realized that, and we have one of the best receiving corps in the nation. So it's been pretty easy for me just to dish it out to those guys and let them do their thing.
SMU quarterback Tanner Mordecai is my guest. Now, you started your college career at Oklahoma, and then you went to SMU, of course. I've talked to Sonny Dykes a number of times since he took over there, so I could see whereby you might connect with him. But what was it about that SMU program that made it feel like that's the place you wanted to be?
I think just the place where it is. Dallas, Texas is a great place to play. Like I said, I had a lot of returning receivers, experienced guys, and then all starting 5-0 linemen were here last year and have played in years before. So they're really experienced. Have played together for a really long time. And then I think we just have a really good chance to win this conference. And that was pretty much what kind of drew me here.
Tanner, what about like the intangibles? For instance, I understand that you had a receiving core that you like a lot. You've got some veteran leadership up front. You got a coach you like. But at the same time, you've made it look pretty easy. I'm not saying it is, but you've made it look pretty easy. You're not only the starter, but you're also a team captain, I think, which says a lot about you as a leader. So what's it been like to come to a new program, a new system, and then step in and lead right away?
Yeah, when I was named one of the captains, that was my biggest accomplishment for sure. I mean, to have those guys pick me as one of their captains was just such a great feeling, and I mean, it was a testament to the trust that they put in me and the other captains, and really just what I try to take from where I was before and bring it to SMU is just a winning culture. I've seen 3 really good winning teams at Oklahoma, and from what I learned there, just try to take it to SMU and apply it everywhere I can so we can go win a championship.
SMU is undefeated, and they've got a game against Navy this weekend. Now, playing for Sonny Dykes means that you're playing for somebody who's coached guys like Jared Goff, Davis Webb, Shane Buechele, guys who put up enormous numbers, guys who went on to the NFL. Like, what is it about Coach Dykes that makes him such a great quarterback coach?
I mean, he's just a brilliant offensive mind, like you said. Kind of his track record speaks for itself. I mean, he's always had really good offenses, no matter where he was or what kind of team he had. The offense was always successful, and that was definitely something I looked into when I was thinking about coming here.
Tanner Mordecai is my guest. I want to ask you, you've had a lot of great moments that I could ask you about. But we got to talk about that game-winning TD on the final play of the game against Louisiana Tech. What do you remember about that particular play, and then what was that moment like?
I mean, it was, first off, it was just insane. I've never thrown a Hail Mary, definitely not to win the game. I remember, I think we had 36 seconds, and we do a 40-second 2-minute drill every Wednesday. So the coaches and everybody was just kind of like, we do this every week. Let's just go do our thing. And to start it, they kind of just had a lot of cushion and let me just kind of dink it and dunk it all the way down there until we had a chance to throw it in the end zone. And then once I did, I threw it up, and Rashee Rice made one of the best plays I've seen, where he jumped up and tipped it back to Reggie Roberson. And that's actually something we've practiced, where Rashee jumps up and taps it, because, I mean, if you watch the play, he gets like almost 50 inches off the ground. It was incredible, and tipped it to Reggie. So, yeah, it was just pure insanity.
I mean, Tanner, I guess that's why you practice that stuff, right, in the event that you ever need it during the game. But, again, we're talking about 36 seconds left, no timeouts. You need to go 73 yards to win that game. I mean, I don't really care how many times you practice it. Well, you tell me, how often do you practice something that you need in a game in a situation like that, and then it actually plays out that way in the game?
Yeah, that's what's so rare, that it played out to a T, and the way we won. I mean, it's still hard to have words for it, but it was so much fun. Everyone was just having a ball whenever that happened. Everyone was just going crazy. I remember I threw it, and whenever Reggie caught the tip, my jaw dropped. I didn't even know what to say. I looked at Jalen Thomas, and we both didn't even know what to say. I just jumped into his arms, and then after that, it was just pure insanity.
That is cool. Tanner Mordecai joining us. I think also there's a real good message in this. Like we talked about Oklahoma. You go to Oklahoma out of high school, you battle for the starting job there. When things didn't work out the way you would have liked, it would have been easy maybe to lose some confidence and maybe give up, but you didn't do that. Why not? What was your mindset?
I mean, I know I'm a competitor. I mean, I just wanted to compete at high level. I really did. After not winning those starting jobs, I mean, it does suck. It's not as fun whenever you're a competitor and you're not able to compete on Saturdays. But I mean, I know I had a really good corner, like my parents, and then some really trusted people that just kept telling me, like, you know, you have the skills, you have the mindset to go compete and play quarterback at a high level in FBS. So, I mean, I believed them. I believed in myself. And once the opportunity came for me to come to SMU, I took it, and now I'm just trying to run with it.
I like that. I want to echo one thing before I let you go. It's one thing for you to say, I had that confidence. I knew I could play at this level. Your high school coach told the Dallas Morning News that, quote, your will to win is probably the best I've ever seen as a coach, and I've been coaching high school football in Texas for 28 years, end of quote. Like, to me, that's incredibly high praise. So that will and that desire, I always ask athletes this, but where does that come from? I mean, did you develop that? Did you build that? Were you wired for it? That will and desire, where does it come from? What's the origin?
I mean, I think it comes from my parents. At a young age, my dad and I would just play like little small games, and I would be so upset if I did not win and beat my dad in whatever. It could be like tag or whatever. Growing up, I mean, I just wanted to win so bad, and everything I did, and especially sports. I played every sport there was growing up, and I think that I was just kind of wired that way, and I still am. And I just kind of just built off a young age and competing in everything I did. Not just on Saturdays for the baseball game or basketball game, but like every day with my dad, just in anything.
In other words, it's just the way you've always been, and then you've got this environment that also encourages it, and then here we are. Here the bleep we are. One last thought. I've been really impressed by the program that Sonny has built there, and not just what you guys are doing right now, but how you're building something that's got a chance to be special and long-lasting. When you look at the talent that you have around you, how good can this team be this year? Like, what are the goals that you guys talk about right now?
our main focus is winning our conference, and then after that, let whatever play out. That's our main focus, is to go win a conference championship. We know it's not going to be easy, a lot of adversity, but I think this team is built for it.
He is a two-time Conference Player of the Week already this season, leads the nation with 24 touchdown passes passing. SMU is at Navy Saturday. Make a note of this, 3:30 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Their quarterback is Tanner Mordecai. Tanner, great job. Really nice to have you on the show, man. Thanks so much for doing that. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Tanner Mordecai, player.
Keeping up with the flood of news every single day can be quite stressful. There is climate change happening. There's the pandemic, labor movements, Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend. Hi, I am Gideon Resnick, host of Crooked Media's What a Day. Each week, Travell Anderson, Priyanka Arabindi, Josie Duffy Rice, and I are going to break down the biggest news stories of the day in a way that hopefully doesn't always make you want to cry. New episodes of What a Day drop every weekday at 5 a.m. Eastern. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.